Well, I can confirm the Queen's Arms does indeed brew its own beer on site. The pale ale is really good. It's zesty, but it's not anything like the grapefruit juice you'd expect when somebody tells you a hoppy pale ale is zesty. It's quite a creamy texture, very pleasant. The elderflower pale is a little less creamy and a little more orange and grapefruit cordial. It's still pleasant, but it's not, in my opinion, not as good. I did not try the IPA because I generally don't like them. And I am now a few minutes walk across the fields and downriver from the Queen's Arms. In the bottom of the River Scurfer, I am walking along the riverbed. There is a perfectly good footpath there, but I thought it would be amusing to walk along the riverbed instead. And that's a red kite. Going out of sight, just called to get my attention immediately before disappearing from view just to tease me. People think I'm crazy to cycle in boots, but it's worth it at moments like this. Alright, let's have a look at the strata of presumably sedimentary rock in the riverbed. Oh. Not much to see. I suppose it was too much to ask. One of them might turn out to have a fossil in it. Stepping stones to help you get across this. Don't really need them right now. This isn't actually the spot I was hoping to visit. There's another set of these somewhere, which are taller and squarer, and have a sign saying that if the water level is above the tops of the stepping stones, don't attempt to cross. And they're like waist high. Seems to me reasonable not to attempt to cross if it's over the top of them. Obviously there is a footpath on that side. It goes all the way up the valley to Foxup, which is now well out of sight up there. And there is a footpath continuing down this side. Probably all the way down to the bottom of the valley. We're in Scoska Wood National Nature Reserve. Oh, nearly in it. random bit of Blair Witch nonsense. Random sycamore branch right in the way. Pretty lichens though. So the river continues down the valley. Speaking of valley and exposed rocks and hidden water, that thing in the out of focus background there, or even the in focus background, is limestone pavement. Particular erosion feature associated with a kind of stone that naturally forms into blocks. And the stone's impermeable, but because it's in blocks with cracks between them, the layer of stone is permeable and the water goes down through the cracks. And the stone is also soluble in acidic rain, which we've always had to some extent. It's been a lot worse recently, but over thousands of years of just carbon dioxide dissolving in the rain at normal pre-industrial levels, it dissolves the stone on the sides of those cracks and makes them wider, which forms cave systems, it forms potholes, it forms sinkholes, it forms swallow holes, and it forms limestone pavements and limestone escarpments, like that, where the stone falls away as blocks and leaves a cliff. What it does not form is an auto turret programmed to destroy the fly that is currently going round and round my head and persistently trying to land in my left ear. I kind of wish it would. Destroy the fly with this. I don't wish the fly would land in my left ear. Did that bit just answer the question of why you don't see stars in photographs from the ISS or the moon? Yup. you go. You can see the dim lit stuff, but all the bright lit stuff is burned out. You can see the bright lit stuff, but all the dim lit stuff is just black. Just there you can see both. And just there you can see the view of the valley. Like press J a few times, jump back 30 seconds and then watch it until it looks good and press K to pause. Then you can admire it. Not entirely sure what this is. It flowers like elder, but its leaves don't match ground elder. So, unidentified pretty flowers. Turn left, or right if you're going the other way. This guy is some sort of relative of dusky cranesbill, which you can buy from garden centres to plant in your garden at great expense. It's actually a lot more purple than blue, but the camera is desperately trying to balance the amount of green in the picture. Fairly ordinary cow parsley, I think. It doesn't have any red spots on it or extremely frilly leaves, so it's not poison hemlock. It doesn't have any red spots on it and isn't 8 feet tall with leaves 18 inches wide, so it's not giant hogweed. Hey, many purple flowers. Nice. And I've no idea what the giant rhubarb thing is. I did look it up once. I remember it not being a problem. I don't remember anything else about it. near here called the Kestrel, but when I asked whether they were serving, I got a pretty short response. Two gates. This side, one that side. Well, one of those things, clearly not a cow parsley or any kind of wild carrot, and clearly not an elder tree. No idea. Hawthorn. They're not ripe yet, but we have hawthorn berries. Thorny.